Peroni, a man who'll be sorely missed.
As a tribute to Didier Peroni, we now look at the Norwegian offshore powerboat race that he won just 8 short days ago. Boat number 4 is Colibri, the boat that Peroni designed himself, and this is Sten Elling Wirum, the local Norwegian entry. The small town of Arendal is looked upon as the boating capital of Norway, with the majority of Norwegians' boat industry in the surrounding area. And so to the start itself. As ever, the boats lining up behind the start boat, behind the transom, that's the rear of the start boat. A number of Italian Class 1 boats, and of course Colibri there, number 4, driven by Didier Peroni. Peroni, who so wanted to win the European Offshore Powerboat Racing Championship and also had hopes, high hopes, of going on to the World Championship events next year, which were to be held in Guernsey. But Peroni going straight out into the lead here in Norway with Colibri. Didier Peroni, well, he was a great Formula One Grand Prix driver. At the time of his accident at Hockenheim in 1982, when he crashed dramatically in the teeming rain, he was actually leading the World Championship by 9 points from John Watson. Despite not being able to start the last 6 races due to his very grave injuries, he still finished second in the Formula One World Championship of 1982. Didier, though, never returned to the top echelon of motorsport. Killed alongside Didier in yesterday's fatal accident just off the Isle of Wight in the Needles Trophy Classic was a man who is known well here on Sky Channel, Bernard Giroux. He was the man who partnered Ari Vatanen to this year's Paris-Dakar victory. Also killed was the friend of Didier Peroni, Jean-Claude Guernard. The big Class 1 boats then battling against the waves here off the Norwegian coast. Number 77 is Italian Riccardo Ravizza, jumping the waves. He was to finally finish up in 4th place. As you can see, number 77 has 3 crew members in the boat, one to drive, the other to operate the throttles, and the third to navigate. Speeds of well over 100 knots can be attained by these boats, and number 59 we see here, another Italian pair. This is Damiano Spelta and his crew. In fact, it was this boat that went on to win the tragic Needles race just last weekend off the Isle of Wight. But nobody could touch this man, number 4, Didier Peroni, with Colibri. As we said, French for hummingbird. It was the first racing powerboat ever to be built in France, but the sport is almost an unknown public spectacle. But here he is, winning his final race just 8 short days ago, here in the waters just off Norway. Everybody in motorsport, whether it be on 4 wheels or in powerboats, will sorely miss this man, Didier Peroni, who of course drove for the great Ferrari team until the end of his motor racing career in 1982. 8 days later, the Needles Trophy and the tragedy we've all heard about.